I'm here. Sorry for the wait. Also, Ryuku, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the Dog Pound. I hope you're having a great day. Ember, thank you for the first. Sorry, I am literally panicking. I had to plug everything in. I got home at 5 p.m. It is 5:20. I wanted to start streaming at 4, but I had to go get fucking dinner. And I'm panicking. Hi, Tricky. Hi, Gore. Hi, Makaru. Hi, Dawn. Thank you for the affiliate anniversary. I think you guys can get little, I think y'all can get cute little, party hats today. Maybe tomorrow. Fuck if I know. Shit's hard. Alright, there you go. Hi! I got Brahms. I got a burger, a chocolate milkshake, some fries. I still haven't eaten my burger. That's just where we're at. Thank you for the happy anniversaries. We're doing a donathon all week to raise money for my new model. Let me go ahead and scooch my way over. But it's my 3-year anniversary. Did y'all know this song is fucking 7.5 minutes long? It's a good song though. I went for a walk too. So I took my baby out for a walk and my dog. He's secondary. Gore, thank you for petting, chat. Chat, tell Gore thank you for the head pats. I'm eating french fries. I haven't even eaten my burger yet. That's where we're at. It's been chaos. I'm trying to get everything set up. Ba ba. Okay, we still have 2 minutes left of that song, but we're moving on. We're moving on. How is everybody doing today? I want to check in with everybody. See how everyone's doing. How are we all doing? We all good? We having a good day? It's a beautiful Monday. Which means that tomorrow and Wednesday are my days off. Will I stream? We'll see. I haven't decided yet. Maybe. So, who knows, really? Ba-da-da-da, ba-ba-ba-da-ba. I'm also still recovering from being sick. Am I taking a break from Elden Ring? Temporarily. Today we're doing Princess Peach Showtime because that just came out and I've been super excited for it. But then we'll be moving back to Elden Ring after that, so no worries. We're still gonna beat Elden Ring. I just, I needed, for my donathon, we were switching it up a little, and then I got sick, so we had to switch it up a little bit then, so I wasn't screaming at fucking room bears. And then, yeah, just shit's come up. Also, I'm gonna scooch some stuff around that I forgot to do earlier, so forgive me for just a split moment while I rearrange my OBS real quick. Interlocking cluster bombs, programming base and thought. I know, stuff be getting in the way of everything. It's so frustrating. But it's okay, it's okay. We'll be back to Elden Ring soon, I promise. Honestly, my goal is to beat this whole game tonight. Today's Gore's Friday, so he can watch the baby late, so. If I'm able to beat this whole game today, like tonight, then we'll be back in Elden Ring next stream. More, and the redness comes. Your way strolling into the bass and drums. Airy like companions. All right. Oh! Sorry, I bumped the fuck into my mic. Holy shit. Was that loud for y'all? I just slammed my titties directly into the mic. I am so sorry. They're attacking y'all. You could look you in the eye and not recall. Sorry, I really like Gorillaz and I really like Stevie Nicks. Yeah, what if the Peach Showtime game ends up being Elden Ring for girlies? What then? Oh, I fucked up my knee. I fell while setting up, and I beat the fuck out of my knee. Thank you for the happy anniversaries. Thank you, Nico. Thank you, Nick. A lot of NICs. I'm so glad y'all think I'm great. That makes me really happy, actually. Like, more than I think y'all realize. It makes me really happy. Yeah, titties in the mic ASMR? Hold on, I got you. Just... I feel like that sound was awful. If it even went through. That was me rubbing my titty in a circular motion on the mic. Don't clip that. Don't clip that. Oh my god, we're gonna play. We're gonna play the game. Don't clip weird shit. We're playing the game. I'm not letting y'all see what games I was playing last. Y'all are gonna judge me. We're playing the game. Y'all scare me. The Donathon goes on all week though, by the way, which is why I still have that up at the top there. Also, if I need to crank the volume on the game, let me know. I've not tested the Elgato on the new PC. This is the first time we're using the Elgato on the new PC. So I might need to crank it. It might be too quiet. There she is! That's my girl. God, I want to fuck the shit out of Peach. I'm sorry. I meant to say I think she's really pretty and I like her a lot. Anyway, Sparkle Theater. I didn't even read that. I was staring at something else. We're going to the Sparkle Theater, gang!
Wow.
Wow, indeed. Whoopsies. Ba, 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 da. I'm trying to make sure my mic isn't like over my mouth so I can, my cam can still see me. Ooh. Okay, ready for this?
We're finally here, Princess Peach! I'll go grab some tickets! It shouldn't take long!
Alright. Okay.
In the meantime, you can check out the lobby! I'll let you know once I've got the tickets!
Fuck! Welcome to Sparkle Theater. Yay! I have fucking talk soon. Yeah, I have fucking tears in my eyes. I don't even remember what I was talking about. What are these things? Are they ducks? Is this Ducky? Yeah, which place should we attend? Why can't I go down there? Sorry, there's no entry. Oh, I need to talk to you? Okay. Feet? Oh, thanks, Core. I really appreciate that. Feet? Alright. Today we're here to watch the plays, but it's every thief's dream to perform someday too. What the fuck is a theet? Like foot fetish? Feet? Feet? They're still not open? Oh. Oh, look at me holding my little skirt. Look at that. Ooh, we got a little bit of peach ankle there. Oh god, I'm like a Victorian woman from the 80s. I'm like hot. What are we talking about? The sparkle in this play is so good. Their sparkle is unreal. How did you miss this? Oh, I'm sorry. Sparklers are our top stars. They have that extra pizzazz. They breathe life onto the stage. I don't know how to behave. Yeah, like, look at that. Oh, God. You said you were going to buy tickets, right? Can I just leave? What if I was just like, I don't want to play? I wasn't listening. I was too busy doing my Princess Peach impression. I'm going upstairs. Fuck these guys. I can't go upstairs. I can't go downstairs. What the fuck am I supposed to do then? Oh, you. We'll be ushering you into our new sword fighter play momentarily. Thank you for your patience. Oh, there he is. All right.
Princess Peach! I've got the tickets!
All right, bet. God, my voice is gonna be shot, huh?
Ta-da! Here's your fucking ticket! Did you notice how crowded it is in here? Must mean these shows are fucking great!
That's not what he said at all, but, you know. God. Shit! I didn't even get to do that voice line. I was too busy hacking. Ryuko, thank you so much for the congratulations. We have an announcement for everyone gathered here today. It's time for the MILF Parade. Oh yeah, absolutely time for the MILF Parade. Grape and the Sour Bunch. Okay, my name being Peach is actually exactly why I wanted to play this game. Damn, she took my crown! Fucking bitch! Wood, though. I always play Peach-related games whenever there is one. Oh, the P is her little hair! Oh, that's so cute, actually. I need to get art of me as Princess Peach, honestly. The fuck? Hello? Oh, she's... What's wrong? Oh, Peach is so sweet. This is like having a baby. You want to know what's wrong? Well, some strange masked characters are making a complete disaster out of our play. Oh, goodness. Okay. Thank you for the pet core. Oh, Direwolf. Yay. Happy anniversary. Thank you. We can't produce the play with them around. I don't know what to do at this point. Oh. So you came to attend some plays and now you're witnessing this whole mess, huh? Thank you for the pets. We love head pets here. I'm sorry to hear it. I have to sort this out, but I don't think I can do it alone. It'd mean a whole lot if you'd help me. What do you say? Damn, I just be agreeing to everything. Really? You'll help? Oh, you're lucky Peach is the sweetest bitch on this earth. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you! Who are you? My name's Stella. I'm a sparkle sprite who watches over this theater. And you are Peach? What a great name. See, the best part about this is that I don't have to actually, like, change my name. Like, it's Peach. I am Peach. Yeah, what do we get out of all this? This is a true question. With the power of Sparkle on our side, we'll take back the play and the show will go on. I like your little fucking bangs. Not the bangs. Alright, there's some frame rate issues, that's fine. The masked characters I mentioned were in the sword fighter play. Let's get in there! I bet. I really wanted to be a cowgirl, but we'll get there. Woof! Frames! Also, I love the just basic as text. They said it's for the girlies. We're not doing any extra work. And the weird light effect? Like the curtains have like shit-ass frames too? What the hell is happening? Sorry, I was drinking my milkshake. Oh, I am cute though. Yeah, girls don't get good games. We're girls. So this is the sword fighter story. And sure enough, it still feels off in here. Huh? Oh! Oh no! Oh god! Fuck! He's dead! Sorry. Someone's been hurt!
Oh my.
Could the masked ones be responsible for this? Ah! I've got it! Why are you looking at me? Okay, I've got an idea. We should try using the power of Sparkle. Oh yeah, that's me when I find a hot man, truly. Just tie it up, baby. Tie it up. Now you can use Sparkle through that ribbon, Peach. Yeah, I think Sparkle is a drug that comes via hair follicles from the ribbon. Come on, use Sparkle to help this thief. What? Does Sparkle make me God? What do you mean, yes? B? Oh my god. I just smacked him. Get it! Fuck it up! Fuck it up! Fuck it up! Fuck it up! Oh, get it! Get it! Get it! Get it! Get it! Get it! Oh my god. Look at him go. Look at those little tap dancings. I love it. Yeah, the power of girl. This is just one of the powers of Sparkle. It can help people and things shine and feel bright. What the fuck? LSD? Is there coke in this? With your help, we could fix everything using the power of Sparkle. Oh my fucking god.
Let's go.
Man, they're fucking it up. I want somebody to put some rap. Actually, hold on. I can do that. 1 second. Hold on. Hold on. 1 second. 1 second. Okay, great. Okay, we're gonna mute the game audio for just 1 second. Look at him go! Hold on, you want NWA? Got it. 1 second. Okay. God, this is so funny. Oh, I feel so bad for YouTube. YouTube isn't going to be able to hear any of this because I have my music muted so I don't get copyright striked. Look at him go! Get it! Oh, I can do Gangnam Style. Hold on. There you go. Then woo doo 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 doo. God, they sync up to everything. That is so good, actually. They fucking it up. Alright, 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 alright. I'm sorry. They're just so funny. I couldn't not. Alright, but we better check on the castle. Alright, bet. Aw, thank you so much for the happy affiliate! They attacked us out of nowhere. I feel good as new. Man, they really do. Oh my god, can y'all hear my little high heels click-clacking on the fucking hardwood? Oh my god, this is for the girlies. I'm winning. Oh, I'm winning! I'm playing Peach! I know, I'm so excited. Oh, look at my little bow. Oh, the click and the clacks. It's so good. Let me in your house. Oh no. Oh no, they're so scared. There they are. Looks like they're still causing trouble. Get them. Get their ass. Ah! Bitch! Bitch! The fuck out of Dodge! Oh my god, this game is so cute though. Oh! Oh, it's so cute! Yeah, I'm about to click like throw it back. Do you think Peach could catch it if I twerked on her? Oh my god, look, the little signposts have little fucking ranger hats. Oh! Ow! Oh, sorry, this game is just so cute. Press A. Yep, I know how to jump. Oh. You're finished, not your finish, bitch. Be gone. You're afraid of the light. Ah! This shortcut leads us to the castle. Did it? Come here, you bitch. Oh god. Okay. My aim's a little off. Oh, that gets them if they surround you. Oh, I see. That's cute. Okay, I catch the vibe. Okay, now we can keep going.
I'm a bad bitch! Wow! I'm a bad bitch!
It's a sparkle gem, proof of your fantastic efforts. Gems are packed with shining power, so I'm sure they'll be of use as we continue.
Yeah! I'm a badass bitch! 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 Bitch!
Hold on, I want to make sure I didn't miss anything. Like any trees or anything. I'm not trying to 100% it, but you know. Alright, I think we're good. Whee! Excuse me. He's fucking it up so much he won't move.
Let me in! I'm here to kill you!
We've got a good view of the castle from here. We're getting closer. Oh, damn. Yeah, what is with all the thorns? Good question. Oh no, the king's in the castle. Oh, well, that's unfortunate for him. Oh, Jesus. There's nothing I can do about that? Alright, don't touch the thorns. We just learned. Alright, we've given him more oomph. Get it! Oh, fuck yeah. You should feel invincible, buddy boo. Let me in. Can I get in? How the fuck do I get up there? Oh, there's stairs over here. I'm just fucking dense as hell. Excuse me. Give me... Oh, fuck. I thought that thing was about to stab the fucking shit out of me. Hello? Can I help you? Oh, you want me to bloom the flowers? I can do that. Mario games and their fucking coins, dude. Ooh. Oh, I fucked it. Gimme. Okay, there we go. Look at him fucking it up. What was the point of me doing that for you? What is this thing you have next to you? What if I wanted it? I can't have it. Okay. I also wonder what's going on at the castle. Is there anything I missed? I feel like I fucking missing something, but I don't know what.
Ah!
Sorry, mimicking like little... Ow. Mimicking Mario characters is like one of my favorite pastimes because they have the cutest noises. If only the sword fighter were here. Jesus. Get it, boys! Oh, fuck yeah. Look at me go. See, I knew you would get stuff. I'm so good. That's the sword fighter sparkle. Peach, I think we can make use of it together. Let's do it. Lesbians forever. I don't know if that's... I'm just not realizing. I don't know if we're on the same page. Hi, Sunny. Yeah, Peach is also the love of my life, honestly. I get to do a little dance? Fuck it up, Stella. Yes! Would. Fucking absolutely. Look at the ass! Hold on! They gave Peach cheeks? What the fuck? There's a little bump there. They gave her cheeks. Hey, yo! God, she looks so fine. Fuck him up! Elden Ring has trained me for this. Yeah, she can also sword fight me any day. Like, look at her. I can't break that one. That's kind of... I love Elden Ring. Yeah, they made her hella caked. Okay, so while I'm like this, I can't use my little wispy wisp. Wait, what? Hold on. There's a button for controls, and I don't know. Look at her little stance. She said, "Ha!" Yeah, there's like a little bump there. They gave her cheeks. Holy shit. Oh, controls. X. If you come across an interesting area, oh, you can strike a pose. Oh! Yeah, her hips are hella wide. What the fuck? Good lord indeed. Strike a pose, bitch! Oh my god! I'm literally hitting JoJo poses. Oh, that's so good. Wait, can I go back? Oh, I can't. Okay. Not one step further. Get down here, bitch. I've been playing the hell out of Elden Ring. Watch your enemy's movements and then use A or B to dodge or counterattack. Oops. I'm sorry. That was a legitimate counterattack. This game is so cute. Ow. Holy fuck. This is very Elden Ring, actually. Let me in. What? Strike a pose. Her drip got me dripping. I can't stand you. Ooh. Strike a pose. Ha! She's so cute. Damn. I might 100% the Peach game, honestly. The king's in trouble. We have to hurry. I mean, I'm moving. I don't think I can schmoove any faster. Oh, that's a big old boy. Bet. Now it's your turn. Oh shit. Dodge the enemy's attacks by jumping with A. Ah, I see. She is a boss babe. Look at her go. Tearing up the floor with it. I feel like I'm gonna get all of them but one, and I'm gonna be really pissed off about it. You know what I mean? If you want to defeat an enemy above you, tilt up and press B. Oh. Oh my god. Yeah, I want this version of Peach in the next Smash Bros. For sure. I can't reach that high. Alright, bet. Oh. Gotta take him out, boys. There's the king. Oh my god. Let me at him. Oh shit. It's the final battle. What the fuck? What is that? Dodge the enemy's attacks. Alright, well. Alright, bet. We gotta lock in, game. Gotta lock in. Gotta lock in. Gotta move out of the range. Oh yeah, I think you're right. I think I do need to attack the bulb. I think you're right. Oh yep, you're so right. I do need to attack the bulb. Yep, you're so right. She said, no way. Oh, there's two of them now. No way. Got his ass. You're so right.
What's that?
God, the cheeks.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. The flare is so dope. I love it so much. Oh, fuck yeah. I actually 100% of that. Hell yeah. Good for me. Damn, that gave me cheeks, though. What the fuck? Princess cheeks? Oh, I'm at a milkshake. Oh, my cheeks are hidden again. Okay, so there are like 4 worlds and then the boss. We could do that. That's easy. We did it! Together, we're able to use the power of Sparkle! Huh? Oh? But the theater's not back to normal yet. I wonder if those glowing threads and the symbol in the lobby here are related. I bet the other plays need our help too. Come on, let's go check on them. I like how everybody here knows Stella, though. Oh, here's the fashion area. Alright, dresses. He takes coins as payment. Okay, so I heard about this. You can recolor your outfit. And it changes, like you can unlock the gradient dress. You can do... Ooh. Yeah, so you can do like polka dot dress. You can do fucking horizontal stripes, like she's in a fucking 80s swimsuit. Vertical stripes. You can do two-tone. Gradient. And then you can also... Yeah, the one that fades from white to pink is actually really nice, so I think we're gonna... We'll come back for that. Where's the sword dress? You unlock more dresses the more you do it. And then you can also change Stella's color, too. Yeah, so you can also change Stella to match you. Ooh, we can make Stella goth? Wait, can I make myself goth? We're gonna come back. We're gonna come back for all this, though. Oh god, the stairs are blocked. Okay. Yeah. Maybe eventually. So we can do ninjutsu. Oh, we get to pick? Cowgirl? I want to do the cowgirl so bad. Festival of Sweets. I can switch to another tab? Hold on, let me look. Could I? Oops, wrong button. Sorry, that was on me. Oh, no, that just takes me to Stella's score. Yeah, if I hit the bumper, it takes me to Stella's. Okay, we're gonna go in order. So we're gonna do ninjutsu next.
Let's go.
Let's go. But I'm really excited for Cowgirl Peach, so... I want to be a cowgirl, baby. Yeah, aren't the fits gorgeous? But we're gonna do ninjutsu next.
Peach time.
Peach time. That's what I say right before I start streaming. Every classic ninja story starts in a village. Huh? Looks like we won't be going that way. Or we will. They've taken over the village. Don't let them. Boo-doo-boo-doo-doo. Yes! Hit the light on that. They said leave! Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. The music's kind of banger too, honestly. Oh, shit. I sure did travel through the well. Oh, could I travel back if I like... Oh, I can't take a pose. Okay. Gotta hit all the lights. Is there anything I'm missing? I feel like... I kind of want to 100% this game. I actually genuinely am really having a good time. Oh, I got caught! Oh, I'm in prison. Oh, no, I'm not. Stay out of sight. That. I didn't realize I need to be a ninja. I don't know why I didn't realize that, but... Whee! Oh god! He got me. Shit, okay. Yeah, fucking, I did get banished. What the hell? I love that man turning and staring at a wall. Whee!
Woohoo! Oh. Yeah.
Okay, so I do have to get behind that guy. Oh, look at the like puppet strings on top of them. How cool is that? I'm not really 100% sure what I need from back there. Whee! There's a secret passage around here. Oh, nope, you bump into him and he gets your ass. The rock wall? Can I? Oh. I see what I needed to do.
Yay!
Ooh. I figured it out. Oh, wait, wait, wait. No, go back. Go back. Go back. Go back. Oh, fuck. I missed these. Shit. I noticed them like way too late. That's okay. Hopefully that doesn't come back to bite me in the ass. If it does, oh Jesus. Alright, let's see if she's got cake in this outfit too. Sorry, I'm eating french fries. Does she have cake? She do! Woo! Jesus! We are fighting dreamers. Use A to time your jumps. Oh, fuck me. Front of foe. Get his ass! Oh my god, look at her little grass that she's holding. That's so cute. Yeah, she can wave dash. Yeah, Sakurai! What the fuck is the wall hide technique? Oh my god, she's got little ninjutsu. Hold on, I also just realized. Hop up! I almost missed this. Strike a pose! Why does she actually look so fucking good in this, though? Pose for the fans! Pose for the fans! Oh my god! She's so cute! That's so good. She's so fucking cute. Oh my god. This game is so good. Oh. Oh my god. Oh shit. I love that there are little stands up here. I am really living my girly dreams. That is so fucking true. Oh, this is so good. Is there anywhere I can pose? I just want to make sure I'm not losing any pose opportunities. Okay. Pose opportunities. This is so good. I got the bow! Oh my god! Look at her go! She is so fucking cute. Fuck, I missed one! God damn it. I know exactly which one I missed too. I know exactly which one I missed too. Oh my god. She is her, truly. Like, oh my fucking god. Peach is so cute. Alright. I fucking missed one. I'm a little sad about it. Oh, shit. It's just gonna force me to keep running. I am wall running right now. Gotta rescue his ass. All right. Look at me go! Fucking water striding and shit. Oh, what the fuck? Got his ass! Yeah, this game is fucking insane. What? I missed one! That's gonna haunt me.
It's done.
It's done.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'll have to go back and get it before we finish the game. I got a new dress ribbon.
Dance, dance to the
Hi, Richard. How are you? Thank you for the doge. Yeah, we gotta go back. Thank you for the hydrate. I actually just took a sip of my drink. It was the last sip of my drink. I need to go grab another drink. I've been working too damn much! No, I feel that. Hold on, we gotta go back. Oh, I can't go back. Oh, I can. Okay. 7-day work week. Are you on crack? Oh my god. No, thank you. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna speed run this real quick just because I want to get that last star. This game is so good. But also, like, fuck it. I'm 100%ing it. Why not? I got time to spare. Might as well 100% it, right?
Peach time.
It's peach time, baby. Okay. Fuck it, we ball. I don't know, man. Doesn't really feel like a fuck it, we ball situation. I gotta 100% the peach game or else I'm a fucking poser. I think, luckily for this one, I think I know exactly where I missed it, so... Okay. We're just gonna speedrun it. We're gonna speedrun it since we were already here. And we don't really have to worry about anything else. Ball, we fuck it. Don't fuck the ball, actually. Don't recommend it. Alright, get up. Become the ninja you are always meant to be. Thank you. Excuse me. Okay, just making sure. You just come up out of here. There's really nothing else for that. Okay. Whee! Ball it. Fuck ball it, we. Okay, so that's the second one. These. I have to 100% these. I'm pretty sure. Maybe I was wrong. I guess I was wrong. Oh, where is that last one then? Yeah, I guess I do gotta keep looking because I don't know where it's at. Well, so I tried to backtrack as a ninja and it wouldn't let me, so I don't think I can. But maybe I can. No, it won't let me go back out. Yes. There's somewhere I'm supposed to pose, maybe? I don't really see where I'm supposed to pose either. Maybe it was back. Yep, because there's that one. Oh wait, actually, we haven't missed it yet. Okay, we're good, we're good, we're good. We haven't missed it yet. Got it. We haven't missed it yet. We're safe, we're safe, we're safe. Yeah, this is the one we need. Mark, thank you so much for the raid. How are you doing? How was your stream? Thank you for the stretch. God knows I need it. Thank you. How was your stream? Also, hello, Raiders. My name is Peach. I am your local cyberpunk dog girl VTuber. I am today playing the game of my namesake, Princess Peach Showtime. However, I am a variety streamer, so I pretty much will play anything I can get my grubby little paws on. Today, it just so happens to be this. I hope you are all having a great day. I hope you had a great time at Mark's stream. What were we playing? I didn't see. Hold on. You're playing Osu. Was Osu good? Oh my god, y'all got me stretching it the fuck out. Pretty quiet night, that guy says. Strike a pose! Stretch some more. You just trying to get me to put my tits into frames? Excuse me? There's something up here, maybe? Like out of range? Osu equals pain. Was it that bad? I've only played Os once. Oh! It was up here. Motherfucker. Okay. Keep it to once. Don't want to play that game too many times. Horrible things happen. What? All right. Fuck me. Try jumping on the lantern? I think I just need to go back this way. There's definitely a way up there. I just gotta figure it out. How's this game? It's actually really fun. I'm like unironically having an amazing time. To the point that I've accidentally started fucking speedrunning it. Or not speedrunning it, but trying to 100% it. Okay, so there's... I can only get up there. Okay. Princess Peach is everyone's icon, I think. You probably should do stretches. Yeah, they're good for the streamers back. Ugh. I feel like there's a way up. Can you jump on the lamp? I don't think I can. Oh, I got an idea. Damn. Actually, I can. You're so right. I didn't even attempt that. Fucking goated. Yes! Fuck it up, Nick. Good call. Sorry, Gore. Nick gets credit, not you. Alright, now we gotta finish the level. So we're just gonna speed run the fuck out of it. Since we already know what we have. Oh my god. Thank you for the hydrate. I don't have anything to drink right now. I actually just finished my drink, and after this level, I'm about to go grab myself more to drink. So, can I get out of the water, please? Thank you. I just be having points, I guess, and you're just having me do fucking everything, huh? Turn around. No, not that way. Thank you. Oh, thank you for the pet score. Look, Mark is a long-time buddy, so I'm not really surprised that they have that many points. Oh, my thigh is stuck to the fucking chair. This is why I don't wear shorts while I'm streaming. Remember, chat, this is why you don't stream butt-ass naked. I'm not doing all that. I've already got it, so. I'm also around more than people realize because I stay quiet. That's fair. I can't necessarily blame you for that. I do that a lot in other people's streams. Where I just sit and I'm like super silent the whole time. Whee! I feel like I accidentally freak people out when I tell them that though, so I'm like, I won't say anything about it. I personally don't mind it, however. Oh, fuck. Okay, what the fuck is happening right now? For some reason I got stuck. I stream butt-ass naked. You must not have a leather chair then. I'm just chasing after this dude, don't worry about it. It's crazy how I did this perfectly on the last try, but this time I'm just kind of fucking around. Kill them birds! Get his ass! Alright. My chair is cloth now, but I used to have a leather one. Yeah, that's my issue right now, is that when I wear shorts, my fucking legs get stuck. I feel sticky trying to get off. Wait. That whole sentence sounded wrong. I meant to say trying to get out. That whole sentence came out wrong. I'm sorry. Gore, are you free to grab me a drink, or should I go grab myself a drink? Because I don't mind getting up and doing it if I need to. And I won't say it slowly. Especially not for you. It doesn't matter. If we have any sprites, I'd take one of those, but I don't have to. Good luck getting some weed, Busty. I hope you're having a great time. Yes! She said yes! Alright, I'm buying it. It's too cute not to. I want Bestie to match. Look at how cute we look. We be matching. Ooh, hello? Thanks, appreciate it. Update, we did have Sprite. Oh, hell yeah. Nothing like a cold can crack open. Oh, fucking banger. I cut out fucking soft drinks and then couldn't cut out Sprite, so I'm technically weak. Oh wait, can I go downstairs? I can go downstairs. What the fuck's downstairs? Hold on. Oh, there's more shit down here. I see. I don't see. There's definitely more stuff I gotta do, though. Fascinating. More levels? Maybe. We'll come back to that. I want to be a cowgirl, baby. Oh, thank you for the pet. Sorry for everybody that got caught in that ad break. I'm gonna give y'all an emote where every time y'all get caught in an ad break, y'all can just scream. Alright, time to be a cowgirl. This is why I bought this game. I'm not even gonna lie. I saw this as an option in the ad, and I went, alright, and I bought the game. So, you know.
Peach time.
Peach time! Oh, do you use an ad blogger? I can't even blame you. Those are evil horses. He's got a gun! Classic Peach Princess. I always come back to her. I don't ever mean to. I just always come back to my OG. Oh, can I clean up all the tumbleweeds? Ad blockers and rice. You know what? You make a good point. Can't even necessarily say them. Suddenly, I feel brave. Oh, I can go inside these buildings. Hello? Get up. Clean up your restaurant. Yeah, this is no good at all. This is chaos. Alright, anything else in here I can clean up? No? See, I knew there's always something. And you. Nice! See? The first one would have missed if I didn't go inside these buildings. The two of us can handle this door. You are strong enough. I believe in you. Get it, cowboys. Good job, cowboys. There are coins back there. Oh God! Wait a minute. What's even the point of being able to go up there? Anyways, tumbleweeds. Someone's got to clean up all the tumbleweeds. Damn! Oh. We can get in here. Can you climb up? Absolutely, I can. Was that the second star? I wasn't looking. Excuse me, boys. Jesus fucking Christ. Ah, I see. Oh, thank you for the posture check. God knows I need it. Sorry, I keep bumping my titties against the mic. Stop it. Let's get inside. Let's go. We can get next door through this basement. Ah, shit. I'm not doing it slower. Stop. Hi, Mara. Look, people like it when you bump your titties against the mic. Aw. Fantastic.
Yay!
Yay, there's a baby in here. Be brave. I love women so much, and this game is just making that love even stronger. What the fuck? Man, these boys are gearing me up. Who says men shouldn't have titties? Bullshit. Alright. Do I have ass in this fit? I think my answer is going to be yes. Oh.
Howdy there.
Howdy there. Sorry, I just fucking... I do love men with titties. That's a good point. Yeah, bitches. God, the cheeks. All right, what are the controls for this? Lasso a barrel and toss it. Got it. Oh my god! It having little horns is the cutest thing! The hat having horns is my favorite. Oh, I was just saying that I'm overweight, and? Boobs are boobs. I don't care if they're muscle boobs or fat boobs. Boobs are boobs and I fucking love them. Ow. Son of a bitch. Thanks, gang. Wear your crop tops. I have like an extra 60 pounds from having a baby, and I wear my crop tops all the time. Whatever, man. Is that my horse? Yippee-ki-yay! Let's go! Sorry, the Texan in me is popping out. Bum 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 bum. Oh, I missed one. I missed one. God damn it. Shit! Take me back, horse. By the time I noticed it, it was too late. Yeehaw! This is so Texan of her. Yep. Whoa, wee! By the time I realized it, it was too late. God damn it. Sorry, I was taking a sip of my drink. Sorry, I just had to stunt on you. Yeah, look at the cheeks. Oh, barrel. Fire a barrel. Thank you. I yeet before I hod. God. I don't know how this keeps happening to me. Oh, I can wait to throw it. I didn't realize I could hold it. That's on me. Oh no! Actually, this works out. Maybe this will let me go back. Will this let me go back, or is it just gonna start this fight over? Oh, okay, it just starts this fight over. Damn. Oh, a bitch could have hoped. Look at her big ass earrings. She is a true Southern woman. I love that. Oh. Got his ass. Come get me, bitch. Come get me, bitch. Dumb idiot. Like Belle from Beauty and the Beast. Why doesn't this man have arms? I mean, it's a good pick, honestly. She's a great character. All right, I have to go back for that later. I'm gonna go back for it later. Oh my god, she's so hot.
Well, shucks. Thank you.
Well, shucks. I can't say I blame you. Princesses are built different. I better say, I know I got the bow for this. Okay, so it says I got dress ribbons, including the cowgirl dress, but every time I go talk to the guy, they're not there? So I don't know if that's just like a glitch in the game or what, but... Wardrobe, there it is. Okay. Oh, this is so good. That's so pretty, actually.
Yes.
I do have a menu. I wasn't told about the menu, but I do have one. Oh, for the artists, they have a full runner of fucking the cake they gave her in this fucking outfit is insane. Oh my god. Like this one a little bit too, but that's just the assless chaps. God, she looks so good. But oh my fucking god, great googly moogly. That thing was juicy.
Ha. Now.
Now.
Woo! Woo-wee!
She said, woo! Me too, girl. Oh, they got a bunch of music. Movies. Ah, it's all of the cutscenes. Ooh, we still got some way to go. All right. So does this guy unlock anything else, or is he just like... Oops. My bad. I keep accidentally hitting B. Nah. Alright. Great googly moogly, that dang was juicy. Alright, next.
Let's go.
Let's go. Patissiere, I believe is what this one is. Patissiere Peach. Wood. She's so pretty. Like, what the fuck?
Peach time.
It is peach time, baby. Ooh, they're holding a sweets festival here. The bakers prepare sweets and share them with everyone. That's cool. What can I wisp? Ah, I can make the cupcake even more cupcakey. Well, everyone here seems to be having a great time. There doesn't seem to be anything wrong here. No mass villains here. Let's head to the gate for the festival opening. Yeah, that definitely is what it seems like. I don't think that's correct, though. Waiting is so hard. I know, y'all. Oh, damn. These sweets are ours! There's no time to sulk. Quick, this way! Off we go. Oh, damn. These birds are just stealing all their shit. I love the guys that just fucking breakdance. It's really funny to me. Be better. Be better. Go make more food. Don't be sad. Make more. Let me through. Let me into the farm. Woohoo! Look at my dance! Oh! Hold on, hold on, hold on. Get ready. Fuck it up. Fuck it up, Peach. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's so good. I already missed the first one. What the fuck? Where was that then? Somehow I've already missed the first one. What? Hold on. I need to go back. Where the fuck would it be? Alright. We're gonna have to come back and do all of these before the boss, I think. Where's the baker? Don't worry about it. Oh yeah, you're right. The monsters probably had one. I didn't even think about that. Sorry. Choking on my fucking Sprite. Ba-dun-dun-dun. Oh. Chef it up, girl. Oh, she's so cute. I want to cry. Look at her little steppies. Oh, look at her little steps. Oh. Oh, she is her. She is her. I love her. Oh, we have to make cookies. Oh. 1 second. I gotta pose. There's gotta be another. Hold on. Any more posing opportunities around here? Oh no, that light's already on. Okay. Yeah, feel free to DM me tricks. It's fine. You're always welcome to DM me. Preferably on Twitter. That's where I usually see those. I say usually. Yeah, I do my best. Okay. Warm-up batch? Okay, I gotta make cookies. Okay, controls. Press B repeatedly and then stop at the right time to finish a successful bake. Don't overmix. Got it. This game is so cute. I am so in love with them. I'm so in love with this game. Gotta bake. Alright. Gotta bake, gotta bake, gotta bake. Nice. Perfection! Oh my god. Y'all, I am baking like a motherfucker right now. Oh, I missed it. Wait, come back. Okay. Oh, I overdid it. Fuck! I almost had it. This game is fantastic. I'm having such a good time. I overdid that last one though, so I fucked it. Oh, I still got a star though. Bet. Oh, I could have gotten 3 stars from that. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to replay this level. Look at her little steps! God, she's so cute. She's just fucking stirring it up. Look at him go. Alright. Gotta pose. Pose for the fans! The cake bases are ready, but I must be. Gotta go in? Okay, well hold on, let me make sure. See, I knew there was somewhere else I could pose. Will I be cosplaying? Probably not, no. All my cosplays don't fit me anymore because I had a baby. So most likely I will not be cosplaying, no. There you go, y'all. I'm so bummed I've missed out on 3 stars on this level. This level is a little harder than I was expecting it to be. I'll have to go back. Follow the recipes and decorate the cakes. Okay. Let us know when you're ready to go. Okay. Okay. Oh! Yahoo! Oh, okay. I kind of fucked the swirl on that one. It's okay. And a dot in the middle. Beautiful. This level's so cute! Oh, as somebody who loves to cook, this level is the cutest. Okay. Okay. I was trying to make it a circle. I don't think I did it very well. Oop. Okay. That's probably like the worst circle known to man, but you know, I did my best. Oh, in the kitchen, wrist twitching like it's stir fry. Yeah, There we go. I fucked it up a little bit. But I did my best. Oh, huh? Oh, okay, I see. Oh, I fucked that. How do I fix this? Okay. That one was a little rough, actually. I didn't know how to fix that. I got 6 seconds for this one. Oh, that's not happening. Oh, yep, nope, that's not happening. Damn. I only got one for that, too. I missed the second one. Fuck. Okay, we gotta go back. We gotta go back. This one, we're not doing good on this one. We're not doing good. Oh, I get to place the cookie? Place the cookie. She's beautiful. Okay, we gotta replay this level. Because that was bad. You are more than welcome to shake my hand. Yes, of course.
Delicious. Thank you.
Fuck! I missed the bow too. Where was the bow? Oh no, I got the bow. Okay, good. That was not easy, breezy, or beautiful. I gotta go back. I gotta do it again. Hold on. Hold on, I gotta 100% it. I gotta go back. I fucked it. I fucked it so bad. Oh shit. Oh shit. What? That's fine. Let me back in. I don't want to go see what that is yet. I want to get all the stars. I gotta go back in. I fucked it. I'll go back to the country one too. MILF is here. MILF can wait. The stars are what matters. The stars are truly where it lies. Okay, we're gonna do this one more time.
Peach time.
Accolades over pussy. Exactly. All right. Yeah. Sweets Festival. I know the drill. I know the drill. Give me my money. Okay. Ah! All right, let me in. It's festival time. I gotta go back to the country one too. All right. These two are gonna let me in. And then in we go. To step 1. All right. One of these guys has to be holding the star, right? There it is. No, that's still the second star. Where the fuck is the first star? That's still only the second star. Do you get the first star by... Hold on. I think I know how you get the first star. Fuck, okay.
Peach time.
Always peach time, let's go! God, I wish it wouldn't make you sit through Stella talking. Okay. Okay. I think I know where the first star is. But we're about to test that theory. Yep, there it is. Fucking knew it. Son of a bitch. You have to save all the fucking cookies. You have to save all the goddamn cookies. I swear to God. I don't know how I missed that the first time around. And there's one up here. Gotta jiggle, gotta jive. Alright, let's go. Gotta head to the kitchen. Okay. Gotta head to the kitchen and become a pâtissière. Yeah, I got it this time. I can do it. Okay. Bake me up, baby. My bad. All right, let's go. No cutscene needed. We know the vibe. Time to kick my little tootsies. I want her boots. Her boots are super cute. We pose. All right, let me in. Okay. I gotta be fast this time. Okay. Peach is Barbie girl. That's the truest statement I think anybody's ever said about her. Okay, warm up batch first. All right. Put them on the tray. Let's go. Okay. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. I will hydrate as soon as this mini game's over. I pinky promise you. Perfection! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chocolates. Nope. Gotta get the boys. All right. Where's the next cart? There it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Gotta get the boys. Okay. Yeah. Got it. Oh! Sorry, I was doing try hard. All right, hydrating, posture checking. We got it. Bon appetit indeed, baby girl. Oh, that feels so good, actually. Oh, that feels so good. Look at her little tippy tap. I want her shoes. Oh my god, I need to go buy her shoes. Gore, we need to go shopping to get you more pants tomorrow. If I find shoes that look like that, can I buy some? You wanna go to the mall tomorrow? Oh, gotta pose. Pose for the fans! They're like brown boots. They're just really cute. They're like really cute little brown lace-up boots. They kind of look like the shoes you got me for Christmas, but they go a little higher. Yeah, kinda, yeah, I like my work boots. But like, hers are like fashionable. I didn't even remember I had work boots, but you're so right. I do want work Tims. Maybe I do. Fashion Tims, yeah. Yeah! This level makes me so happy, but I also love feeding people. So... Alright, here's the hard part. I gotta go fast. Okay, I gotta go fast. 1, 2, 3. And we're good. 1 cake done. Next cake. 1. And a spot right dab in the middle. Done. All right, next. This one I struggled with a little bit. We got... And then we gotta go... All right. Done. This one is a little harder. All right, so we gotta go. And then we gotta go. Okay. Oh, it's not perfect. But it will do. All right, we got 36 seconds for this last one, which is good because this last one is 2, 3, 4. All right, and then from there we gotta go. Why the fuck is that not right? Okay. Got it! Holy shit. We did it! I'm like over here bouncing my legs, man. I'm going fucking ape shit. I'm like bounce, 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 bounce. Bon appetit! Oh, we did such a good job. This makes me feel so good. I love this for me. I need to get a clapping emote, huh? Do you think I should get y'all a clapping emote so y'all can clap for me? Oh, and there's a little pose over here! I can pose for the fans! I didn't even see that earlier. It shows up on the VOD as a clapping emote, does it? Oh yeah, it sure does! I didn't even see that. That's so cute! I didn't even see that. Time to place the cookie. You know what this game reminds me of? The sound effects of the little guys remind me of Kirby sound effects. From like Kirby's Epic Yarn. Like this gives very Kirby's Epic Yarn vibes. Which I think is why I'm having such a good time. Thank
you.
Thank you. All right, now we gotta go back to the cowboy level real quick. I've got so much fucking money. I don't know. It just reminds me of Kirby a little bit. When am I gonna get my Kirby Peach crossover game? Okay. Gotta do the cowgirl. We're gonna bum rush it until we get to cowgirl, until we get to where we need to be. Man, Ducky's on Steam right now, and girl cannot decide what she wants to play. I've seen her pop up in Stardew Valley. I've seen her pop up in Curl Island. You mean Smash Bros? I guess.
Peach time.
Oh, I might nut again. Hold on. I get a little too excited about Cowgirl Peach. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Alright. Make it quick. Out. Look, maybe Smash Bros, but like I'm not good at Smash Bros. So you see my dilemma? One, 2, 3. Become the world's best Peach player? That would be definitely something, I think. I'm only collecting these again just so I know where I'm at and like which ones I need to get. You know what I mean? Okay. Yay! Eek, eek. Okay, well, I got that one. All right. Now we go inside here. Yeah. Hit the lights. Remind. Nice.
Yay!
Remind this guy that he's not a pussy.
Yay!
Come in here. Let these two open that up for me. Good boys. Very good boys. And then we go in here. We become a cowgirl, baby. We become a cowgirl, baby. I need to eat my burger. It's been like 2 hours. It's just been sitting here. Pretty good though.
Howdy there.
Howdy there. Is that tomato sauce? Or is that ketchup that she's holding? All right. And you get a star for every little man you save. Ha, he up. Woo! Bum 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 bum. Ha! Gotcha! She's so cute. Ha! Yep! Alright, yep. So make sure I'm in the right side. I'm on the right side. Alright, let's go. Let's ride! I could voice Peach. Princess Peach, probably. Ba-da-da. Bum, 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 ba-da. Yeah, horse is on the upper side. Yeah, I remember that. So you gotta deal with this guy first. And then you gotta go this way. And then you want to be here. And then jumping. Jumping. Get his ass. Got it. Alright, we're good. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Ba-da-da. I'm gonna be honest with you, if this bitch was chasing me with the lasso and that look on her face, I'd be like, hello? Alright, let's fight. Oop, missed. My bad. Yeah, she can tie me up too. She said, pow! All right, we're gonna get 2 shots and barrel, 2 shots and throw. Woo! We're gonna come up here. We're gonna bait him. Bait him like the bull he is. And he's gonna do 3 shots. Then a barrel. 3 shots and wrap him up. Wrap him up and call him a fucking Christmas chicken.
Well, shucks.
Who taught this girl shucks? Well, shucks. Like, what? I'm legitimately having such a good time, though. This game is so much fun. Oops, I didn't mean to open that. God damn it. I hate when I accidentally open things I don't mean to. Bum 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 bum. I guess I'll buy more ribbon colors because I have the money for it. I also love that it's not classic Peach. Honestly, I wasn't sure how I was gonna feel about it when I heard she got a new voice actress. But honestly, I really like it. You know, like, I kind of like that Peach now has like a deeper voice. I think it's really cute. I don't know what's up with this era of giving women deeper voices, but I'm taking it. I'm still sticking with the cowgirl one. I just want to check it. All right. It's hot. You just like women with dark voices, with deep voices. Dark voices? So those threads were connected to this door. Maybe this is somehow linked to the plays being messed up. That's strange. My sparkle is getting stronger. Seems like it's responding to this creepy door or something. Oh, thank you for the pet, Nico. I might be able to open it if we boost my power with some sparkle gems. I got all the gems, baby. Thank you for the pets. Can you give me some of the sparkle gems you've collected? Give Stella 10 sparkle gems? Oh, baby, we've got 40. Here, take as many as you need. Pardon the disappearance? No, don't worry about it. It's good. I really enjoy this game. We're 2 hours in to get these 4 levels. It wouldn't have taken me 2 hours, but I'm 100%ing it, and I had to go back for 2 of the levels, so... God damn! That was loud! What the fuck, Stella? What is that sound? Alright, frames. The loading screen frames are rough. But so far, this game is really fun. Like, I'm actually having a fantastic time. I'm also eating a burger during cutscenes, so please don't mind that. I'm making sure I have enough energy. What the fuck? Who are you? How do you get through Dark Door? We rewrite stories with Madame Grape, so if you're here to stop us, then I punish you with Madame Grape's power of Darkle. Yeah, this sure is a disco bird. Disco Wing. What do I do about Disco Bird? Oh. Oh, I see. Oh, okay. I see. So she's gonna fly over, drop some eggs. And it's my job to hit her with said eggs as she flies back around. And then if I don't, they hatch. Got it. Yeah, Darkle does kind of sound like a slur. But hey, if she wants to reclaim it, I guess. I'm doing magic on this bitch. Wah! Thank you, Third Word! How are you? Oh, I see. I think. Okay. Back to laying eggs. I get the vibe. All right. How's Peaches by Jack Black? So good. I actually am having a great time with this game. It is so much fun. I kind of did spirit bomb her, yeah. Okay. Peaches, 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 peaches. I love you. Oh. Thank you for the hydrate. I will do so in just a moment. Dumb bitch. All right, she's laying eggs. Oh, and they are already hatched. I see the problem here. You gonna fly back over? There we go. And spirit bomb! Anyways, killed that disco bird, taking a sippy sip. Thank you very much. I love you. Oh. God, my Toad voice at the beginning of the stream came real close to just ending stream. I got rid of the dimension door. No, not Toad Christmas. I was mimicking Toad's voice. The floor is back to normal because of you. Yay! Still haven't seen sparklers though. I wonder where they went. I'm worried about them. Maybe they evacuated one of the other floors. Let's go look. What if I gave him like Ash Ketchum's voice? Let's go look! Oh, hi. What are you looking for? Performance photos? This new performer? That would be me. I am a performer. Absolutely. If you collect all of the sparkle gems during the play, I'll capture a magnificent photo of you. I'll give you an album of any photos I snap. Yay! Look at how good I look! This is the best. Is the best. She is absolutely serving cunt. I'm so in love with this game. Oh yeah, Ribbon's got other outfits too. Forgot about that. Peach is that bitch. For real, for real. Yeah, look at the shoes, Gore. They're like leather. Look at how cute they are though. I want some. Oh, so her little stippy steps are the cutest. But they're like, they like go above the ankle by a little bit. They're super cute. Also, third word, ass. Check out the cake on this bitch. Like, woo, woo, woo!
Sure.
Anyways. Hello? Rehearsals? Ah. You can get extra bows. Okay, I see how that works. That's kind of cool. Actually, I'm a little curious. Let's try this. I'm a little curious to see how this works.
Let's play.
So I can't get hit. Is how this works. Oh shit, I did not see those coming. Okay, hold on. Yes, yes, I would like to try again. Core, are you sending me links to shoes? Fuck! I jumped instead of hitting! My dumbass. Okay. Jesus. I was reading what Gore was sending me and not actually paying attention. Okay, we gotta get 60. God damn it. This is not that hard. I literally did it without getting hit the first time I did it. I'm just panicking. I got 64. You found the boots? Oh, fuck yeah. Okay, I'll look in a second. Did that not count as me killing it? Alright, well, whatever. This is not that hard. I don't know why I'm struggling. They're called Darcy boots? Oh, what a good name. Did I hit that? I guess I did. I did not think I hit that. Sorry, I'm like quiet because I'm like zoning in. I did not think I was close enough to hit that. But I guess the sword swings out further than I'm giving it credit for. God damn it. I wasn't trying to jump, but I accidentally pushed up and hit at the same time. So I went up. Alright, this is my last run. I'll come back to this. I do want to do the story of the game. Fuck. What does that mean, third word? What does that mean? I'll come back for this. This isn't even the main story, so I'll come back. I wouldn't call those tentacles. They're more like vines, I think. Ooh. The perfect infiltration? Ooh, let's do the Ghost of Castle.
Showtime.
That seems fun. What, long dicks? Fucking long dicks is the funniest set of words. I've had 2 burgers today, I just realized. The castle's been abandoned! Alright. I wonder what's going on here. Ma'am! Ooh. Ooh. Oh, wait. What am I looking at? Ah. Whoa! There I go. I landed on my feet. I am sword fighter. Fat ass and all. These fiends locked us up with dark powers. Please get rid of them. There you go. The fighter fit is so good. I love the fighter fit. Pose! Do I need to pose here too? Alright, just making sure there's nothing I'm missing. Oh god. Yeah, I gotta make sure. This game likes to be a little sneaky. Gore and I are just fist bumping brain cells. Yeah, that's what I was doing earlier too. Alright, so that's the first one. Nothing lost yet. Come here. Come here. Ow! Son of a bitch. Pose!
Flawless.
Flawless. Into the ground I go. Oh, anything else here? No? Okay, just making sure. Back into the floor I go. What happened, you two? Oh, there they go. What is happening?
Victory.
All right. I missed something. I missed something here. I was supposed to kill all those bats. Oh, no, I didn't miss something here. All right. Yeah, they really did hit all the check marks for this one. I'm checking all the lamps. Okay, we're good. Running with the sword pointed away from us. Good sharp practice. The fuck do you want? Purr. No. Oh, fuck. Ugh. What are you doing? Oh, I see. Pose for the fans! Hiya! Oh my god. Oh, I see. Got it. Pose for the fans!
Flawless.
Flawless. I really am gaming. I'm doing my best. Alright. Ow. You remember what I said about me being a really good gamer? I take that back. I am suffering. Health. I missed a star! Fucking where? Hold on. Shit! God damn it. How did I miss the star? I'm not restarting the whole level. It's almost done. I'll just come back for it. Oh, I see. Okay. Sir? How do I... How am I supposed to catch him? It just deflects him. What the fuck? Where the, huh? How am I supposed to catch him? I'm so confused. Like, it's just deflecting him into the wall before I can do anything about it. You know what I mean? I'm confused. And I can't hit him. Yeah, from behind, because he has it like a shield? What the fuck? What the fuck am I supposed to be doing here? I can't down stab. No, I just tried that. I can up stab. What the fuck? If you do it as soon as he comes out of the wall, he just fucking freaks out. Posing doesn't really do anything for me here. Am I supposed to run him into something? I don't fully understand. Yeah, I don't really pose for the fans. I don't really fully understand what I'm supposed to do here. Because he kind of runs off before I can do anything about it. You see what I mean? Like, found a guide. What am I supposed to do? Third word, please help. You gotta jump on his head with the dodge thing. That didn't work. Or that didn't work. That just killed me. From the front of the screen, hit his side. Huh? But that just does that. And then it's not how that works though. I am pressing B and that's what it does. I press B and then I press jump immediately afterwards and it doesn't do anything. Yeah, that's the delay. I'm not moving! Yeah, that... Yeah, I'm not moving. That's all I can do. When I press B and it does that move, I can't do anything else. It's not letting me... It's not doing that. That's the counterattack, and it's supposed to be jumping on his head, and she's not. Yeah, that's the counterattack. It's not letting me do it. Yeah. That's so bizarre. I think I may have broken something? But me dying isn't fixing it. What the fuck? I think I legitimately broke this level. I'm gonna restart the level. They dodge its charge attack with the A button. But it's... Even when I do that, it doesn't... It just goes into the wall. Oh my god. Okay, I got it. Ow. Ow. That's... I jumped. That's what I did differently. I jumped. I jumped a split second before he hit me. That's all I did. Instead of doing the B counter, I just jumped right before he hit me. Yeah, fucking game journalists. What the hell? Game journalists are fucking useless. So true. Okay, come here. Got him. Jesus Christ. How many did I miss in that? 2? Oh, I only missed 1. Okay, we can go back to that later. We can go back for that later. I don't want to do that level again. I need a break from that level.
Like that. Thank you very much.
Oh, and I missed the ribbon. Fuck. Okay, yeah, we're gonna have to go back for that then. First try, but I gotta go back and figure out where the fuck that ribbon went. Okay, so there are 3 levels for each outfit that you can get. I think. Yeah, she's got mommy voice. Huh? Ah. I'm an actor. That belonged to the sword fighter Sparkla. I've heard Sparkla's spirit is given to actors entrusted with starring roles. This is amazing, Peach. It means you've been recognized as having a sword fighter spirit. Fuck yeah, I do. Oh god! Who's moaning? Sounds like it's coming from the basement. Let's go check there. Who the fuck is screaming so loud in the basement? I can hear them from fucking 2 floors up. Oh, thank you so much, Emperor. I appreciate it. Daisy probably. She's... Oh! Hello? Oh, that's new. He's the sword fighter? He looks like it. I bet we could see things we couldn't before because you've been entrusted with the sword fighter's spirit. Anyone? Please, I'm queer. Can anyone hear me? It's coming from there. All right, let's get in there. All right, I guess I'm getting in there. Oh, Jesus. God bless the sword fighter spirit. And the ass it do be giving me. God, the frame rate on this. I wish this was a joke, but this is just how it looks. Is this the sequel to the 3DS Peach game where you had to manage her rapid mood swings to solve a puzzle? That was a thing that existed? Yeah, that's just how all the loading screens are in this game, and I don't know why. What's this? The stage set is so bizarre now. It's not like one of our plays at all. Yeah, this is a little bizarre. gonna rock and roll all night. I already missed a star. It's in here. Yeah, you would think. Give me the star. Oh, hold on. Give it. Thank you. Hold on, I didn't pose in my spotlight. There we go. Yeah, those loading screens are fucking rough. And I wish that was just like, oh, because I'm streaming. But no, that's just how it looks. Alright. Running through the 90s. I'm fucking up some bats and nights. We're just running through. Okay, can't go back anymore. They closed the curtain on that chapter of my life. Excuse me? Oh, I needed to be able to kill those guys and I didn't do it, so I'm not gonna get the star. Damn. Oh, I still get the star. Haha. Yeah, it's an old game. It's fine. Thank you. I'll take that. This game is genuinely so much fun. I'm coming to help. I gotta just collect all the stars and get rid of all the swords. There's a lot of swords littering the area that I gotta get rid of first. But hold on. All right. But yeah, no, this game is genuinely so much fun. I'm having a blast. Oh god, they've got the queer strewn up. It's the sword fighter Sparklet. Don't worry, we're here to help. That outfit, who are you? And is that Stella? Yeah, it is. Yeah! Be careful, this place is haunted. Oh god, he works at Hot Topic. Yeah, he might. In the name of Madam Grape, I will defeat you. Hey, big boy. Oh. Bitch. Stella! Let's go. Swing. Do your worst, big bitch. Next. Ow. Got his ass. Perish! Hell yeah. It's mine. Oh, Jesus. You good, bud? Look at my fat ass and be okay. Good job, buddy. I have been hitting the gym. Oh, you talking about that Peach? Yeah. She's been hitting the gym too. We've got to escape. I mean, alright. Damn! What a cowardly move. Fuck him up! We're so good. Yeah, we went hitting squats. It's kind of hard to differentiate, but it's worth it.
Like that.
Like that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I be fucking your mom. Fuck it up, girlfriend. Serving cunt for real, for real. Hell yeah. I am serving cunt. That's so stupid. This guy's name Alan, the one next to us that isn't even in the thing yet. Oh yeah, I have heard of that Princess Peach game. Interesting. Yeah. Who'd have thought they'd imprison the Sparklers on their own stages? I'm certain this means we can save the rest of the Sparklers by restoring their place. Thank you both for saving me. They robbed me of my powers and trapped me, those fiends. Now I will resume my role of protecting others. Allow me to express my gratitude once more. Thank you. See, I was 6 when that game came out, so I never touched it. Let's head back to the 2nd floor. Yeah, well, I'm the one that has to run up all those stairs, not you. Oh, you're gonna make me run up those stairs? Oh, you son of a bitch. You whore. Alright, up the stairs we go. She's making me run up all these fucking stairs, y'all. Ah, my headphones itch. Ba-dun-da-dun-da-dun-da-dun-da-dun-da. Up we go. Ba-down-down. Alright. What's this one? Ooh, you all want to be super spies? Let's be super spies. God, this makes me want to sing the fucking Super Spy song from Backyardigans, but I can't think of it off the top of my head. Again, Super Spies! Ugh, my thighs are sticking to the fucking chair. It's so uncomfortable. Ugh. Jesus. Jesus, take the wheel. Thank you for the pet, Score.
Peach time.
Peach time? No, it's Peach Spy time. Whoa, look at all the weird posters. I wonder what that's all about. Let's look around. Do 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 do. Do, 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 do. Who the fuck are the sour thieves? Whoop. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Oh, it's the sour thieves. We've got to get to the jewelry store. 1 second. Oh no. They're doing what Gore's always wished he could do. They can't get away with this. I'm not letting you rob a bank, Gore. It's not happening. Off we go! Over there! Those villains! Foul thieves! Oh. Can't get past security. I can. It's not for the family if you get arrested! Green means go! That did not at all do what I thought that was going to do. Up, up. Whoa! You're not built different, Gore! You're gonna get arrested! Follow me, will ya? Following you. Okay, you went back the way we came. This way. Gotta be sneaky with it. This is the spot. Got a good feeling about you. Gore wants to rob a bank so bad. It's not very girl boss of Gore to get arrested while we have a child at home. We're activating the devices. We're letting the super spies in. Gore, don't get chat to agree to rob a bank with you. Oh no. What have I started? Fantastic. The mask. All right, everybody. Let's see how much ass we got in this fit. Phew. Holy shit.
Easy.
Persona! Persona!
Leave it to me.
God, she's got a MILF voice.
On the jack.
Persona! Got it. Dun 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 dun. Persona! We are literally Joker. Bum bum bum. Can I not get back up? Alright. Yeah, this is very Lupin the Third music, for sure. Bum bum. Bum 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 bum. Press B in front of a lock to disable it. Oh, fuck yeah, I'm a hacker. We steal hearts, we serve cunt. Third word, why would you say that? I feel like I've missed so much. I feel like I've missed so many opportunities for stars. How the fuck do I get up there? 1 second. I'm taking the damage. How the fuck? Oh. Got it. Oh, I did miss one. Fuck. Okay. Pose! I'm a pro gamer. Ba-da-bum-bum-bum-bum-bum. Bum-bum-bum-bum-bum-bum. Oh, I see. Okay. I get it. I get it. I get it. Got it. Can I hit that? Thank you. Boom, baby. Safe unlocked. All the money just for me. I got all the jewels back. Now we gotta go! Shit! They're trying to find me. All right, we gotta be fast. Made it to the roof, baby. We're out of here. I missed two. I'll come back for him later, though. Oh! God damn! Go down! Go down! Oh, I missed. I missed. I missed. I missed. The easiest thing in the world, and I didn't know how to go down fast enough.
Yes.
Yes!
She's okay.
She's fine, man.
Thank you.
Serving cunt by moonlight. Oh, I missed the bow too. Damn. Spends her night stealing back gems. She's the one as Princess Peach. That was not grammatically correct. Fine. She's the one, she's Princess Peach. All right, let's bust it through this story first, and then we'll go back and 100% it maybe another day. I just realized what time it is, and there's still more story. All right, now we're gonna be Ice Skater Peach, I think is what this is. Each door has a little symbol above it that kind of shows like what Peach it's gonna be. Ooh.
Peach time.
Always peach time, mamas. Oh, they're so cute. Maybe this play is safe? Bestie, has there been a safe play yet? Oh, I'm on the ice. Whoa! Oh my god, look at her! Oh, my poor thing! Oh, I get to turn on the lights. Wait, are there more lights back here I can turn on? No, there's not. Okay. There they go. They're so beautiful. Hi! Oh god. The girlies are getting got by the gays. Oh. Ow. You fucker. Get off the ice. Have some more grace to your spins, ladies. Fuck it up. I'm on my way to see your show, I promise. Let's go. The way she slides on the ice is so cute. The performance is a disaster. Why? Oh, Jesus. What a mess. We don't have enough dancers. Where are the other dancers? Where are they? I'll be a dancer. Jesus. Everything's going to shit. It came from the dressing room. I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm with you, girls. I'm with you. Oh, God. The gays are back at it again. Oh, get them. I got him. No worries, girls. You're all safe with me, Mama Peach. The show must go on. Wait, what? They've got an idea. Oh my god, they're gonna drill a hole in the fucking ice. Oh! That's the figure skater sparkle. We could use it to take the show back. Alright, well, let's sparkle it up. Let's see. Alright, time to ask the age-old question. How much ass is this going to give me? The answer is not much, but she's still beautiful. The hair? Oh. Did they show this one in the ads? I don't recall ever seeing this one.
Time to shine.
She's beautiful.
Divine.
I don't recall ever seeing this. Oh, she's so cute and so happy. The music's good too. Oh, absolutely would. There it is. I knew there was one. The bitches are here! I stuttered because I didn't want to say bitches, but I said it anyways. How do I perform? Jump exhibition. Okay, hold on. Line up with one of the markers on the ice and then put on a dazzling display with B or A. Spin exhibition. Jump and spin excavation. Arr, 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 arr. Why is all my Persona stuff still on? Oyama, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the dog pound. I hope you're having a great day. Sorry, all my Persona 5 stuff is still on, and I don't know why. Synchronized skating. Alright. Press B near the dancers to pair a skate. Okay. We did it! Sparkling spin jump celebration. We're so good at what we do. Keep your eye on our dancers. What are we doing? Uh-oh. Hi! Oh my god, is this like this game's version of Metaton? Uh-oh. Hi! Hold on, I'm enjoying skating. It's very nice. This is very, enjoy my skating. Love me. Okay, I'm out of here. They went that away. Hold on, gotta pose. You know the rules.
Brilliant.
Brilliant! Oh. Oh, I fucked it. Or didn't fuck it. We're good. We saved it last minute. Alright, through we go. Thanks, sir. Oh, fuck me. Got it. Rosalina, Peach, or Daisy? Peach for me, personally. But I know Gore's favorite is probably Rosalina. I do like Daisy a lot. Daisy's the only one that can canonically say fuck. So I do have a special place in my heart for Daisy. But I truly think Peach is my favorite. And not just because of the obvious, like, we have the same name. Pauline, secret fourth answer. Pauline. Dun 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 dun. What do you want from me, bitch? Hey. He's such so funny. Son of a bitch. Get got. Stop it. She's mine. Metrosexual. I do love girly girls. I do. He is metrosexual knight. Surround him! Get his ass! I like girly girls. I like women in armor. I like buff girls. Let him get up! I will do no such thing.
Thank you so much.
I wrecked his ass. And maxed out the level. Hell yeah. I will not let him get up. He does not deserve it. That was a fun level, though. I really love the ice skater levels. Honestly, I really love the cooking levels, too. They're just kind of hard. Like, if we don't beat this game today, I'm playing the rest of it out on my TV where Bunny can watch me play, because Bunny saw the commercial for this game earlier today, and she was obsessed. Like, I've never seen her so locked into the TV before. But girl was ready for it. Ooh. Bunny is a Peach fan? It seems like it. She's a Pikachu fan. She loves Pikachu. I'm a detective? Alright. Detective. It is a game for the girls, for real, for real. Bunny is definitely a little mini-me for sure, though. Merp.
Peach time.
It is Peach time. Everyone here looks scared. But why? The detective here always solves mysteries and keeps people feeling safe. Bestie, I don't know if you missed it. These people are all missing their shit. What would I do if I was attacked? I don't know. I would say call the cops, but like I don't recommend that for most situations. Walk over everything you got. Don't be a bitch. Don't be a bitch. Get out of here. Skedaddle. Ah! I said skedaddle. Look at him, busting it down.
Nice.
Sexual style? Maybe. I love that she will dance with them if you stand close enough to them. Look at how fucking cute it is. That's how I dance in the club, too. She's just like me, for real, for real. Excuse me, I'm just gonna take that. Oh, there is the police. It's like Britain? Are we in the UK? There's been a threat. I'll be taking point on looking into it. Oh, junior detective, damn. Banned. At home, kid. Nah. I love that their noses turn, like, white whenever they get sad. You can do it. I believe in you. Yeah, don't give up. Just get a new plan. Exactly. Sure. I guess I'll come with you. You don't even know who I am. All I did was hit you with a fucking ribbon. That was enough, though. Quick, in here. The fucking, alright, Jesus. Going in. I'm going in! The detective is out right now, I see that. And while I really want to help them... Don't mind me. While you're talking, I'm solving a detective mystery. Hell yeah, baby! I did solve it with such ease, because I can read. I'm not 12. I love that it's a theater. So, like, the stage spins. Alright, chat! Quick vote! Do we think this outfit is going to have ass? I vote yes. Actually, you can't really tell. Oh, she's wearing little shorts under that. That's so cute.
On the case.
On the case. I will say, I love the fact that they don't make all of her outfits pink. Like, they totally could have made all of her outfits pink, and people would have accepted it, but I'm really glad they didn't. Solving a mystery. Look at her little stance! Hand on her hip. That man's nose is going through the couch. He's right there. Strike of intuition. There! Found his ass! Hold B to investigate. Release B in front of suspicious objects to look them over closely. Found you, bitch! The fuck is that? Oh yeah! Anything else suspicious? Ah. Looks like there's a note here. Strike of intuition! Aha! Oh. Oh, you lose hearts if you guess wrong. Okay, cool. Nothing gets past you. There's a note on the floor. Let's see here. If you're a true detective, you'll find me. Oh. Oh, I see. I just noticed his fucking big ass schnoz sticking out of the blankets. Strike a pose.
I see.
I see. She do be seeing. There's something in this crate. Let me in. Every time I hear that, I think of that fucking bit with the Japanese guy going, ah! Every single time I hear that. I have no idea if y'all know what I'm talking about, but I think of it every time. Excuse me, sirs. It's the detective. Please, go on inside. Don't mind if I do. 1 second. Gotta make sure I don't have anything else to pose next to. Sure fucking did. Alright, let's go. Detective, you came! I mean, not yet, but if you give me some time. And you're just in time. The curator is waiting in the room next door. I locked up the museum, now I can't go home. It's a slate. I see. What's this? Ooh, fractured stone slab. I'm just a staff member. If you're looking for information, you should talk to the curator. I'm solving a crime! It's a relief of a sparkle gem. Alright. I was hoping to see the mummies in the back room. The mummies are calling me. Yeah, me too. I've been there. Oh, it can only be understood by a ninja. Crazy. Guess what I am? Got this place under tight surveillance! Alright, well. What's up? Let's talk to the curator first. Nothing to miss here. I feel like... I'm here. Hello. You're here, thank goodness! As you see, a threatening note has been placed on the Thepoda mural. It reads, "We're coming for the Thepoda mural. Consider yourself warned." Something were to happen to our mural. What is this? A power outage? Damn! Damn! They got it! They stole that shit! You have to track down the culprits. On the case. Something written on the wall. It says we've taken the mural by the Sour Gang. It was stolen the instant things went dark. Yeah, it sure was. How did they get in here? Let me take a look at that window. The locked window. Okay. It was so dark and I couldn't see well, but I felt someone brush past me as they went into the room on the left. The power outage was unsettling. I hope the mummies are okay. Terribly sorry. Please wait just a bit longer. I just want to go home. The slate is tilted now? It wasn't like that before the outage. You're correct. Da 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 da. Potter's in this game? That's crazy. Ooh, it's an air duct. Hold on. We will see what's inside. I just wanna make sure I didn't lose anything. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. No one passed through this door. Ooh. I don't think that's changed, so we're good. Alright, come on, kid. Alright, whatever. I guess I'm going by myself. I feel like I'm running like a horse. Ooh, there's a key. They stole some other stuff too. Oh! The display case is broken. The items on display here were the fandangled masks of disguise. It says wearing one of these masks allows its wearers to alter its appearance. They must be using these masks to disguise themselves. I could have figured that out without you being here, honestly. It's a spades key. Maybe we can find a use for it. Maybe so. The treasure chest. Let's open it. Don't mind if I do. They're wearing a mask. Ooh, there's something in that. Let's collect clues and find them. Okay, cool. I actually have to be a little detective. I'm gonna grab this key. Nose of truth. Okay. When the lights went out, someone stole my popcorn. Okay. One of my precious cameras I sell here is missing. It was right here before the power went out. I haven't seen anyone suspicious. Sir? Where'd you get that camera from? Yeah, fucking knew it. Arrest this man.
course.
Arrest this hooligan! Look at how sad he looks. Wonder if somebody dropped it. Why is there 3 statues? There were only 2 before. No one has come or gone through here. Why are you just holding glasses? See that statue with the sunglasses? That one's the real deal. Is it now? You were asleep. Some strange sounds coming from this room. Gonna take that real quick. Thank you. We're gonna pose here. Pose for the fans. You know how it be. We got another one over here. Is that it down here? Okay. Up, up.
Indeed.
Up, up. Or, I guess, down, down? Got a heart. Ooh, I can pose for the fans here, too. Very nice. Treasure chest. Before it got dark, there was an officer in here. Where did they go? Hey, bud. Thank you. I'm actually an officer. Somebody attacked me and stole my unicorn. Why are you holding glasses? They said the one with glasses is legit. Apparently they watched a play together over a single bag of popcorn. What? Wait a minute. You fucker! Got your ass!
Of course.
Got him, you son of a bitch! Where is your uniform? That's a good question. Tell the truth! Where is the mural? Good night, Third Word. Have a good one. Thanks for coming by. Oh, it's hidden somewhere in the museum. Alright, let's see.
On it.
Alright, time to find the mural. Side door's open. Thieves won't give us any more info. Can we open a window? The stepping stool. Okay. All right. Up, up. Get a good idea at this window. Oh, they just put a curtain over it. Those fucking goobers. They just put a fucking curtain over it. Oh my god. That's so fucking goofy. I did it. I solved the case. I don't think I got the ribbon though. I may have actually.
Case closed.
Case closed.
Thank you so much.
God, it's such a new voice for Peach, but I kind of love it. Yeah, I didn't get the ribbon. I'll have to go back and find it. Trying to sit up. Case closed. She's so pretty. Alright, time to do the middle level. And I think I'm gonna do the middle level, and then I'll be done for now, and then I'll finish it tomorrow. Or when I come back. I might finish it tomorrow, actually, depending on what time I'm done doing stuff. With Gore, we have to go out and get some stuff. But after that, I might do it tomorrow, honestly. I'm having a really good time. Jesus. Let's do this last boss, and then I think I'll be done for the night. So. Whee! Also, my fingers need a break, so. Alright, let's blast open this door. How many do you need? 20? 15? Oh, 15's easy. There you go. Get it, girlfriend. Whee! Ah! It's so loud whenever she busts that door open. Oh my god. Oh my god. Frames, frames, frames. Fucking frames. Holy shit, frames. Alright, what are we facing off now? Oh! Oh, well, 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 if it isn't the scared little rodents who have been scurrying to and fro about my theater. So, what did you think of my productions? Have you been enjoying my terrifying show? Ha! Answer that later. A little bird told me you two have been kicking up some dust. Damn, Peach! I also heard you managed to save a sparkler I went through great pains to imprison. Your efforts are adorable, but saving one puny sparkler doesn't change anything. That a gun? Fang, entertain our pesky guests, will you? I'd like to review their performance. Oh, it's a snake. Okay, I thought she was pointing a gun at me. Light Fang. Oh, okay. gonna go get it. Got it. Spirit bomb it. All right, up we go. All right. And fill that bitch up! Pop! Got his ass. Okay. Oh shit. Okay. Up, 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 up. Okay, how's he look here? Got it. Ugh. Oh shit. That's how that works? That's the fucking worst. Oh shit. Okay. Okay. I'm starting to get how this works. That's rough, actually. Alright, back here. Oh. Goes in circle motion. Down. Go up. Go up again. Alright. Round. Oh. Fuck! Oh my god. Literal worst. Okay, there we go. Ugh. Pop! Got his ass. No wonder that was so hard. That was the last thing I had to do. Damn. That was rough, man. And that's that level done. That floor. How many floors is this place? Ooh, it's a nice green up here. Yeah! So Grape is the one responsible for all the trouble in our beautiful theater. She and her motley bunch are ruining our plays. I won't stand for this. We can't allow them to do whatever they want to our beloved theater. Let's restore the rest of the plays as quickly as we can. They're so cute. Yeah, you do see me around here a lot. Where did the Sour Bunch come from? That's a good question. Is this guy just another challenge? Rehearsals? And then... Largle. Alright, let's see. I just want to see what's on this floor. Little precursor. Oh my god, there's so many floors. Okay, so we got Cowgirl again. I don't even know what that is. Boxing, maybe? Cooking again. And fishing. Or mermaid. Oh, we're gonna get a lift after this. Okay, bet. Oh, that's cute. Alright, a detective. Fun. Hey. Alright. I'm done for now. We'll get back into it probably tomorrow, honestly. I'm having a good time. So, as long as I'm home tomorrow night, we'll get into it tomorrow. Or tomorrow afternoon. We'll get into it then. Because I'm genuinely having a very good time. This game is so much fun. Like, unironically. It's so cute. Ugh. Ugh, it's so fucking cute. Oh. Sorry, didn't realize you were putting the baby to bed. That's okay. We'll just use our music here. There you go. But yeah, no, game is so fucking cute. I'm legitimately having such a great time. Oh, I changed the wrong thing. I'm gonna jump myself. Anyways, I want to raid someone, I think. Let's see if there's anybody even online right now. But thank you guys for coming. I had a really good time. I know it's not really my normal content. So I'm sorry if like you were expecting something else. But I'm having a really good time with it. So that's worth it for me, honestly. We're gonna raid my friend Kiwi again. She's back to playing Final Fantasy. I love Final Fantasy, so we'll raid her. She's playing Final Fantasy online. And I'll see you guys maybe tomorrow. Want anything from the store? Are you going to the store? I'll just go with you. I'm done. Just give me a minute. But yeah, I'll see y'all probably tomorrow. Thanks for coming. I had a good one. Bye-bye.